Hello everyone. In this opportunity, we're going to talk about the learning styles. When you heard about a learning style, it basically means that all students learn in a different way. We can define a learning style as the preferential way in which the student absorbs, processes, comprehends, and retains information. In this case, we are going to present you the VARC learning styles. The acronym VARC is used to describe four modalities of student learning that were described in a 1992 study by Neil Fleming and Colleen Mills. The four learning styles that we're going to present are the visual, the auditory, the reading and writing, and the kinesthetic. So, here you have four activities based on the learning styles. If you have a student that is a visual learner, you have to know that they process information that they can see better than the information that they hear. Also, they have a greater chance of remembering information that is presented to them in the form of images or graphics. Let's imagine that in an English class, you are teaching the future simple tense. So, you want your students to talk about their New Year's resolution. But they are visual learners, so you think and you ask them to do a graphic organizer because you know that they learn and they enjoy better doing visual things, doing images. Auditory learners. These are students that learn by listening and speaking. They understand and remember things that they have heard and save information by the way it sounds. These kind of students have an easier time understanding spoken instructions than written ones. One example of this could be that you're in an English class, you're teaching the narrative tenses. So, you have auditory students and you ask them to write a story or an anecdote using these tenses. And the strategy that you would use for this kind of learning is the storytelling, because they learn by speaking and listening, and when they share their stories with the other students, they practice pronunciation and also they practice listening.
Now let's talk about the read and write learner. This learning is through words. A student that learns with this style is used to taking notes or reading. They are able to translate an abstract concepts into words and essays. Now, if you're going to put into practice this style, let's imagine that we are going to talk about describing people. This will be our topic. So you give to your students some readings where some people are described. Then they have to look for the words that they don't know. But they don't have to translate the words. They need to read the meaning of each one and write them down to remember them later. Finally, let's talk about the kinesthetic learner. This one learns through tactile representation of information. These students are hands-on learners. In other words, they learn better figuring things out by hands or touching. In this case, the topic will be comparative and superlative. So they can compare between things that they can touch. They need to work in the classroom to look for objects that they consider can be compared, and also they can compare their classmates.